Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are good or ready for study. So today's topic is what? Story writing. So story writing, the present day society does not require a student to acquire only a degree to face the highly competitive world, but many things more. That is why good schools lay great stress on the development of an all-round nature in a student. He has not only to show his worth in studies, a brilliant academic career, but do pretty well in the domain of games, extracurricular activities like drama, painting, etc. Story writing can also be developed as a hobby by him, which may be exploited later as a commercial venture. Story writing is no doubt an art. It is not as simple as is generally made out to be. It is not that one just sits and scribbles his pen on paper and the words automatically flow out. It is partly, in fact, God-given gift and partly a result of hard and intelligent work. Before a student starts on his venture, he has to plan out things. It requires regular practice. An untrained mind likes a story badly. He does not proceed in a planned manner, does not mentally look ahead as he tells the story. The result is he fumbles, repeats himself, omits important points and fails to put emphasis on leading points. Therefore, he has to be clear on the following points. First, he must have a clear picture on the plot of the story before he starts writing. He should follow the outline and miss no points. He should connect the points given in the outline so that the whole lot looks like a connected piece. In between, he should introduce dialogues whenever possible in order to make the reading interesting, but it should not be unnecessarily inserted in between. The end should be equally important. Its impact shall have a direct bearing on the reader's mind. The title of the story should not only be catchy but must reflect the main theme of the story. So let's read Fox and Sour Grapes. तो यहाँ पे पढ़ने वाले हम क्या एक स्टोरी है जो रिलेट कर रही है किससे? फॉक्स एंड सॉर ग्रेप्स से. तो किस तरह से खट्टे अंगूर हमने सुनी होगी ना कभी, है ना, फॉक्स और खट्टे अंगूर से रिलेटेड. सो आउटलाइन यहाँ पर क्या है बच्चे? अ हंग्री फॉक्स इन सर्चिंग ऑफ फूड. तो यहाँ पर आपको ब्लैंक भी दिए हुए हैं, तो ब्लैंक देखेंगे और किस तरह से उस स्टोरी को लिखेंगे. फिर रिच इज अ गार्डन, देन डैश है, सी ग्रेप्स, देन डैश, wants them, grapes very high, then dash, jumps again and again, but fails to get and leaves the idea, grapes are sour. So complete story पढ़ते हैं बच्चे. Once there was a fox, he was very hungry. He was in search of food. He searched the food here and there. At last, he searched a garden. There he saw bunches of grapes hanging from a vine. His mouth began to water. He went under the tree. He wanted to get the grapes, but the grapes were very high from the ground. He jumped again and again to reach the grapes, but he met with failure. At last he was tired. He thought it was useless to try for them. So he gave up the idea for getting the grapes. He was not ready to accept the defeat. So he went away saying, "The grapes are sour, they are not worth eating." So moral is, don't put forth excuse for your failure. So next story, sun and wind. Outline को पढ़ लेते हैं. Once a quarrel between the sun and the wind. Dash, which is stronger, then dash, agree to show their skill on a traveler. Wind blows, traveler hands coat more tightly. Sun shines, traveler feels too warm, takes out coat, and sun wins. So complete story. Let's read. Once upon a time, a quarrel arose between the wind and the sun. Each claimed that he was stronger than the other. The wind said, "Who can doubt my strength? I can raise storms in sea and wreck ships, and I blow on land and fell trees and houses. Who can stand against me? I shine over the whole world," said the sun. "My heat is very life of the world. I produce energy which is the lifeline. My strength is acknowledged everywhere. Suddenly, they saw a traveler wearing a coat. He was going on road. They decided to try out their strength on him. The winner was make him take off his coat. The first turn was of the wind. It blew hard. The traveler held his coat tightly. The wind failed to take off his coat. Now it was the turn of the sun. The sun began to shine brightly and it was becoming hotter. The traveler could not bear and took off his coat. Thus the sun won the bet and proved that who was stronger of the two. So next is thirsty crow. Outline को read करते हैं बच्चे. A thirsty crow in search of water here and there, does not lose heart, sees a pot, water very low, puts pebbles, water rises, brings, flew away. So complete story. Once there was a crow. He was thirsty. He flew here and there in search of water, but he could not find water anywhere. He was tired but did not lose heart. He flew on, and last he saw a pot in the garden with water in it. He came into the garden and peeped inside the pot. But he saw that water level was low. He had an idea. He started putting pebbles into the pot, and one by one the water level rose. He drank water and quenched his thirst. After taking some rest on a tree, and he flew away. So moral of the story is, where there is a will, there is a way. Next is slave and lion. Outline. A cruel king of Greece treats badly his slaves, runs away, sees a lion crying in pain. Slave takes out of thorn from lion's paw. A few months later, slave is caught, ordered to be thrown before a hungry lion. Lion rushes at him, licks his hand and feet, remembers his kindness. King learns a lesson, both lion and slave set free. Complete story. Once upon a time, there was a cruel king in Greece. He had many slaves. He treated them badly. They were always beaten. They were kept like animals. He would laugh at their pain. One day, one of the slaves ran away. He took shelter in a cave. Soon a lion appeared there, limping. There was a thorn in his paw. The slave took out the thorn from his paw. The lion was relieved of his pain. He then left the cave. After some days, the slave was caught. The king ordered that the slave be thrown before a hungry lion. A public show was arranged. A large crowd gathered there. The slave was thrown before the hungry lion. It seemed that the lion whom he had helped in the forest recognized him and began to lick his hands and feet. The spectators were amazed at it. The king asked him to explain the mystery. He explained the whole story. The king learnt a lesson. Thereafter, he started treating all the slaves well. Moral of the story, kindness is always rewarded. Next story is golden eggs. So outline, a poor man gets a hen which lays golden eggs, gets one golden egg daily, thinks a foolish idea, wants to be rich all at once, cuts hen, finds no gold, it was too late. So complete story. Once there was a man, he was very poor. One day, someone gave him a hen that laid a golden egg every day. The man sold the eggs every day. Soon he grew very rich, but he was not satisfied with that. He wanted to be richer all at once. One day he thought of a foolish idea. He thought that inside the stomach of the hen there must be a store of golden eggs. He decided to get all the eggs at a time. He brought a sharp knife and cut the stomach of the hen. He looked for the eggs, but there was none. He had lost his hen. Ab he was said to lose his hen and began to cry out, but it was too late. So moral of the story is, greed is a curse. Next is King Bruce and Spider. Outline. Robert Bruce, King of Scotland, repeated failure against the English. Sad and gloomy. A cave saw a spider climbing up to the roof. Each time it raised the roof, It fell back, tried again and again, at last reached the roof. The king also tried again, won. So complete story, Robert Bruce was the king of Scotland. He wanted to free his country from the English yoke. He challenged the English again and again, but in vain. He fought many battles but was defeated. At last he was greatly disappointed, for morally discouraged. He ran away from his country and hid himself in a cave in the forest. As he lay there in a disappointment, he saw a spider fall down from its cobweb. Bruce began to watch what it would sow. The spider tried to get back into the cobweb. It made 7 brave attempts, but each time it fell down. Bruce thought it would try no more. The spider, however, did not lose heart. It tried once again and got into the cobweb. This filled the Bruce with hope. Bruce cried out, "If the spider can succeed by trying again and again, why can't I?" He made up his mind to make another attempt. He collected a large army. He fought against the English king and won a victory. This way Bruce freed his country. So moral of the story is, try and try again to get success. So next story is hidden treasure. Outline: an old farmer had 4 sons, all lazy. The farmer on his deathbed summons his sons, tells them treasure lies buried in the long neglected fields, tells to find it. The sons at work in the field dig hard, find no treasure, learn to work, sow the seeds, a rich harvest, get good money, understand father's lesson, rush to the father, but too late, father dies. So complete story. Once upon a time, there was an old farmer. He had 4 sons. As he lay on his deathbed, he got worried about the future of his sons because they were very lazy and did not want to do any work. He advised them many times to do work, but the advice fell on deaf ears. One day an idea struck his mind. He called them and told that he had buried a treasure in his fields that could be got by digging the fields. The sons started digging the fields to find the treasure, but they found no treasure. They became very sad. Again, their father advised them to sow the seeds in the dug fields. So they did. They had a rich crop which brought them good money. Now they understood the plan of their father. They rushed to their father, but it was too late. The father was already dead. So moral of the story is, hard work never goes vain. So आपने पढ़ी बच्चे छोटी छोटी स्टोरीज के बारे में और उनको देखा कैसे उनको लिखा गया है, फॉर्मेशन किया गया है. तो स्टोरी को बनाने का जो तरीका होता है वो थॉटफुल होना चाहिए. तो ऐसे ही आप खुद की स्टोरी इमेजिन करके लिख सकते हैं और अच्छे से तैयार कर सकते हैं और इनकी भी प्रैक्टिस करते रहेंगे. थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स, थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग.